I'm done. I'm done buying UAFX pedals, and I'm going to go on a rant. It's IkeGuitar. Let's do this. Guys, what's going on? IkeGuitar here. I go on rants from time to time. Usually I'm pretty objective about my rants, alright? I say the good and the bad. But guys, I'm kind of annoyed right now, and I'm going to tell you why. It's about universal audio effects. That's not to say that UA doesn't make great stuff. I love the Apollo, I love a lot of their classic effects, I also love some of their pedals. I like the Woodrow, I like the Ruby, they're all very good pedals, even the Dream. But I've got a lot of issues with where UAFX and even most pedal manufacturers are moving with time-based effects. And today we're talking about two of the new ones that UA's released, the Orion and the Evermore. Now, what are these pedals? They're smaller versions of bigger UAFX pedals. You have the UA Golden Reverberator, which is based on a Lexicon 224. That's the Evermore. And then you've got the Orion, which is based on the Starlight Echo Station, their tape echo delay, EP3 style Echoplex 3 delay. Now, first of all, if you were going to buy the Golden and the Starlight, they're very expensive. They're over $300 to buy these pedals. There are two things that I think UA just really drops the ball on, and the fact they're charging us so much for pedals without these features, it makes me annoyed. It comes down to MIDI and spillover features. Now, first of all, MIDI. Musical Instrument Digital Interface. It's just a programming language. It's a language that controls every parameter on a pedal. So, for example, if you're running tracks, a computer could send ones and zeros through MIDI to your pedal, and it would change those parameters on the fly for you. Very great if you're running MIDI, on a switcher, or you're running Ableton tracks. You could dynamically change presets without using your foot in the moment. And for some awful reason, there are no MIDI controls on any of the flagship UAFX pedals, especially not these smaller compact versions. And really, it just kicks them in the face because every other pedal that's doing incredible things with time-based effects, like Strymon for example, they're all MIDI. They all can be controlled by your computer on stage or otherwise. And my other issue is spillover. Spillover is a really incredible feature for modern delay and reverb pedals especially, but what it allows you to do is a spillover takes a second DSP chip in line with the other, and as you change a preset over, that second DSP chip gets loaded with the delay from the previous preset, and as they transfer over, DSP unloads, loads the new preset, all the while keeping the delays and trails of your reverb or delay intact through the actual transition between presets. Spillover is a critical feature in a lot of time-based effects. When you want to change a preset over, you don't want to hear an abrupt cut as the DSP just drops all of the RAM data that they were storing on your preset and then load up the new one. No, what you want to see is a gradual turning over, like a crossfade, so to speak. And not having spillover can really ruin a moment in a song. If I was going from a lush, cloudy reverb to a more straightened, spring verb that's a lot shorter, I don't want to hear that abrupt and then into the spring delay. Like, I want to hear a transition from my cloud into my spring. Same thing with my delays. It's got to be seamless, and the fact that we don't have spillover yet on half the pedals in this market is mind-blowing to me. I don't understand why manufacturers aren't doing this. Now, like I said, this isn't just an issue with UA, although UA is a problem child. We keep buying UA pedals and they still don't have MIDI functionality or spillover. We have something called the tails effect. What that simply means is that when the pedal goes into bypass mode, it tails off, which is nice, I guess, but you can't change a preset without the DSP dumping in a really awkward way. What ends up happening is that your hands get tied. Like, you can use it for just the studio, but if you want to use that in a live situation, or you want to change delay or reverb on the fly, it's gonna take time for those things to transfer over and die off before you can do that. The fact we don't have preset ability on these smaller pedals is annoying, but is part of the form factor. I'm more talking about the big ones, the motherships, the Golden and the Starlight. So that all to say, we're at this point in the pedal game where almost every manufacturer that does a time-based effect doesn't have spillover. The only really prominent pedal manufacturer that offers spillover is gonna be Strymon. Their Timeline and their Big Sky, great, they're amazing. I'm gonna spend a premium for that feature. Yes, I'm spending over $400 for a reverb and a delay pedal, but I get 2 preset banks, and I get a page up and a page down. I get full MIDI functionality, and I get spillover after a certain amount of time. Like, that to me, I'm going to buy that over any UAFX time-based delay or reverb any day of the week. But I really wish we had a bit more innovation in the marketplace. I really wish some of these pedal manufacturers would start putting multiple DSP chips into their pedals, even though it's going to be more expensive, right? I really want to be able to compare and contrast how these pedals, you know, work against each other. And I really want to decide, like, hey, who's going to innovate the next great reverb or time-based pedal? Timeline and Big Sky have been top of the game for a significant portion of time. Like, there's no second to what Strymon is doing in the time-based effects market. I just wish that UA would get above the power curve and give me something that I can be like, hey, I might significantly change my mind over Strymon if UA can compete. But if I don't even get spillover, don't even get MIDI, what's the point? Guys, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please consider subscribing. I make videos all the time. Do you disagree with me? I want to know if UA is going to be able to, you know, give you what you need without these 2 major functionalities. Not everyone needs MIDI. Not everyone needs spillover, I understand that, but as a live musician, as a musician that wants pedals that are going to work over many different kinds of guitar playing, from studio to live, I want to be able to have those features in case, you know, I need to make that happen. The more the better, the more features the better, but I want to know what you think about that. Let me know down below in the comments. Guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on IkeGuitar.